And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. It's the freaking weekend, baby! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Shout out to my people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. The Miss Kitty video that drip me so much. So shout out, but we gotta talk about that. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to the entrepreneurs, the stay-at-home moms and pops, the retirees, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery driver, the long distance truck drivers over the road. Shout out to my brother Troy Star Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Go check out Troy's channel. Give that brother some support. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're not a hypocrite. You're not bad mind. Shout out to you. Manners and respect and blessings and come right on in. Make we talk about this on this festive Friday morning here. All right. I know a lot of you are glad that it's Friday. You get a little break from the slave. Some people call it the slave because them just their work is so they're overworked and underpaid, but it's something that's necessary. You have to do it because the bills don't stop coming in and all that. That's why I shout you out and I applaud you. Because although some of you don't like the work you're doing, you still get up every day and you do it, and you still choose to do it instead of going and getting mixed up in foolishness that can cause you problems later on. So big people, something we have to deal with, all right, because we're grown folks. Not picking it up this morning anyway, this early. It's summertime. The kids are sleeping in because they were up late last night playing their video games and talking on their phones to their friends. And Nacho, you know what? Hey, watch it. Let me shout out the first 10 people as a practice before, because I love when the people them come in here early. So Great Goodas says Grand Rising. Great Goodas. And then there's Great Goodies says it's the freaking weekend, and yes it is. Thank you for being here. Lion Tribe, Darlene Walter Riley up. Miss Goldie Robinson says good morning SouFlo and the family. Happy hump day. Pat McCarthy, good morning. Nicole Bazar, good morning. Thank you for being here. Garrick Tom, Stacey Ann Williams, and Darky35. Thank you for being here. That should have covered about 10, right? Let me go 2 more and then we'll get started. Miss Goldie Robinson, Cynthia Henry, and Rising Phoenix, Coloring Book, good morning. And Marie B, good morning. All right, people, listen up. Let me put on my glasses because the lights are very bright. And somebody said, SouFlo, you look like a doctor. Yes, speak it into existence. I'm working towards it. So here we go. Let's start out with, we have 3 topics this morning. 3. Jamaica, I come from, so I say 3, but I know how to say 3. So we have 3 topics this morning that we're going to be talking about. Uber is in Jamaica. Uber, taxi, Uber, you know, you call Uber on your phone, you schedule your ride and you go about your business. Uber has hit Jamaica. One big fracas is going on around the Uber thing though. Taxi driver, them mad, vex, cross, miserable and angry like bounty killer. Some transportation authority is saying that them don't know about this. There's a bag of mix-up going on, but Uber's in Jamaica, and we're going to talk about Uber being in Jamaica and how this could be helpful, as well as, like, we couldn't do this for ourselves. Anyhow, Miss Kitty is roasted. I mean, Miss Kitty came out and showed her natural, beautiful self. You know, minus the wig and the makeup and the eyelashes and the lipstick and the rouge and everything you want to put on, the foundation and the base and the, you know, y'all put on a lot of stuff. Some of you really go in on the makeup thing. I know about all that stuff because my wife does makeup. And Miss Kitty is roasted, but I'm going to talk about that. Yo, the people have a field day. I'm going to read some of the comments under the Miss Kitty thing that I'm going to talk about that as well. And then Jamaicans are fleeing Jamaica. Boat washes up in the U.S. on the shores of a Florida beach. And lo and behold, one bag of Jamaican dep on it. And one of the Jamaican them ball out and say, him a runway because too much murders are in Jamaica. No life is in Jamaica right now is exactly what he said on the video. No life is in Jamaica right now. He's fleeing because of the violence. So Jamaica has become that type of place. I don't know. Let me start out with that one. Let's start out with the Jamaicans are fleeing, and then we can get lighter as we go along. Let's drop the heavy burdens first, right? Here we go. All right. So I did a video yesterday. It's on the channel. You can go look up the video. I won't discuss the details of that video. Just know that a boat crashed into a seawall, drifting from sea yesterday, ended up in Florida, and it had a lot of Jamaicans on it. Okay, the headlines in the American news says that 14 people were detained. I went and did my digging, and I found pictures of women and pictures of men and pictures of European-looking people on that boat that were in handcuffs as well. So I asked myself, say, I wonder if white people are run left Jamaica too and couldn't get a visa and them take boat. No, I don't know the details of all of those. Go watch that video. However, one brother said he's fleeing Jamaica because of violence. Sadly, I see a lot of Jamaicans saying, I lie my tell. Not no go so. A green card, him a look. He's looking for his papers and his stay. Lies he's telling, all this other stuff. Yeah. The reality of that is, I got this information yesterday. 627 murders is the number for Jamaica right now. You see how long I've been telling y'all, like the whole of last week and the week before that, I kept saying, yeah, it's like 500 now. We passed 500 now. Well, the official number so far now is 627. And that's 627 from a few days ago. And since few days ago, there has been a few murders, double murder, triple murder, one over here, so little girl murdered, this, that murdered. Jamaica is running red, okay? Jamaica is running red for the summer of 2021. It's turned up and they are going in. Killies out, guns up and blazing. People are dead at a crazy alarming rate. I'm wondering to myself, like, we talking to the people, we can't. I see Daron McLaren posted like crying faces. That's exactly how I feel about Jamaica right now. That's exactly how I feel about Jamaica. I tell a lot of Jamaicans this though, because you didn't grow up in a community in Jamaica that is volatile, violent, and crazy, don't sit on the sideline and say stuff like, I lie them I tell. It's very real. Okay, because you're able to fly into Jamaica and enjoy, you know, man, chop off your coconut top and put a straw in there for you, or you turn it to your head and you drive, go down there, so go see Rick's Cafe, and you climb Dunn's River Fall, and you drive out 2 places and jump back on a plane and leave. Don't think that's the reality. Okay, that's not the everyday reality for majority of the citizens in Jamaica. All right, so we romanticize things sometimes because we don't want nobody talk bad about a place. You know how Jamaicans stay already. Jamaicans are very overly patriotic. You could tell. The flag that behind me, the flag tattoo on my hand. Me say a Jamaica, me say I got clothes, merchandise, it's worked into my merch. That's just how we are. We can talk bad about it, but if you're on the outside, you might get a cuff. Whether it's verbal or physical, I don't know, but keep it to yourself kind of thing. You know, but we have to face reality. We have to face reality. January, February, March, April, May. We are in June. We are in the 6th month of the year. Today is the 18th day of the 6th month of the new year. Halfway through the year, 627 murders. That's what's been reported. Some people still can't be found. Some murders haven't hit the registry. 627 murders. So when you see Jamaicans starting to wash up in Florida on a boat and they're running to shore saying that we are and we are look some amnesty or some kind of amnesty, cause not amnesty. Help me with the word, please. What do I call it again? When you go overseas, asylum. When you see Jamaicans showing up on boats, listen, I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Florida, and I remember as a small youth seeing on the TV all these boats were coming in. These boats were coming in from Cuba, right? And a lot of the Cubans, they would just float up onto the shore, and if they made it to shore, people would literally like either get out their way or would surround them, and they would run into the crowd and get lost. That was their way of helping them to escape Cuba. Because if the authorities saw them first, they would be handcuffed, put in a vehicle, taken to, the whole process, the whole immigration process, the whole ICE process, they would have had to go through. So them escape into the crowd, gone to them family yard, and they're good. Similar situations are happening again. Then I remember the Haitians started coming after. I remember the blatant racism and the difference in which the Haitians versus the Cubans were treated. Matter of fact, the Haitians started coming so much in those boats, just like the Cubans were coming. They would either pretend they didn't see the Cubans, or they would bring them in and give them, bring them through the due process. The Haitians, they would turn around some of the rafts and send them back out to sea. Now remember, as a raft, them depend, they would turn the raft around and push them back out to sea. So it's a journey. It's a long journey across that water, a dangerous journey. Go find out how they made it on that other video. I won't discuss that, but just know that it is 627 murders to the day, right? And that was a few days ago. We are probably closer to about 650 right now. 650 murders in the first 6 months of the year doesn't sound good no matter which country you're talking about. All right? It's sad to see Jamaicans running away from Jamaica like this. I mean, people were leaving in the thousands before. How do you think we end up in all these different countries around the world? I've been to many countries. I've been to many different countries, and everyone that I've been to, I have seen Jamaicans there. Fully established Jamaican communities there. You name the country, there are Jamaicans there. Why do you think Jamaicans were leaving in those large numbers from before? But it looked like things get desperate now. So people aren't waiting on, they're not waiting on no visa no more. People are running. They're running. And I saw a video with gang feud going on, some kind of gang feud going on. Somebody tried to break it down, saying it's this gang versus that gang. I don't really call up these gang names because I don't know for sure if it's this gang versus that gang and all this other stuff. Sometimes people link up themselves together and give themselves a name. Doesn't necessarily mean they're a gang. So, me don't want nobody come, SouFlo, you see that dirty boy, that boy that talk about we are gang, and it could get dangerous for me myself. So I am very careful of how I put my message out there, or put my, whatever it is I'm putting out there. It's a reality for me. I do go to Jamaica. I go to Jamaica quite often. When I go to Jamaica, I don't watch my back as in paranoid and scared and all that. I go to Jamaica, I go everywhere. And I want it to stay that way. I want to be able to continue to go everywhere. So I'm careful at how I say certain things. Yes? 627 murders, man, in the first 6 months of the year. Damn shame. I remember when I first came here, they used to tell us, like, go back on your banana boat and stuff like that. And it would infuriate me. I was a kid. And I didn't come on a banana boat. I came on a plane. I remember going through customs, going up those steps, getting on the plane, all this. And we kept going back to Jamaica, back and forth. We had it good because we would go home to Jamaica for vacations, whatever, come back to the U.S. You're going for your little tour break or whatever. summertime or whatever, and you come back to the US, back to school, back to Mummy House, back to all that. But people outside of that saw us as, I remember one time one of them said to me, because my mother used to dress me all messed up. Okay, she used to have on the flower shirt, and then she'll have on some body hugger jeans, because you know, you lick the balls over here, so and you lick a teely over there, so the jeans them cut so tight. And then she'll have me in some damn cowboy boots or some honchos, and people used to laugh at how I was dressed, pretty much. And I remember one person saying, why don't you go back to Haiti? And I said, I'm not Haitian. And they say, you dress like one. And I said, what does a Haitian dress like? You know, me, I try to defend me like myself. What does a Haitian dress like? Dress like you? And, you know, and I said, I'm not Haitian, I'm Jamaican though. And they're like, well, y'all the same damn thing. Get on the boat and go back. And it was offensive. I want my Jamaican people to understand this. For none of better roses, okay? There's a whole lot of sufferation here as well. There's a whole lot of buttering here as well. The difference is, why you see the people running like that? The difference is there are opportunities here. Me and wifey were driving around yesterday, and the amount of no hiring signs that I saw, she started reading them. Kami stopped reading them. Now hiring, now hiring, now hiring, now hiring. And she kept saying, yeah, babe, the place is opening up. So they want full staff back on again. You can make it here. You can make it here. And it's, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. So let me see how I put this now. I'm not worried about getting shot down here. Put it that way. Because I can defend myself. Right? And even if it goes down, I had a chance to defend myself. In Jamaica, it's kind of weird. Like, for instance, if you're a forward-thinking citizen like myself, and you decide, okay, listen, crime, especially violent murders, gun murders, shootings, stabbings, those things are at a paramount high in Jamaica. So me being me, I'm going to go try to get a licensed firearm the right way. I'm going to go to the FLA, fill out the paperwork, submit whatever it is they want me to submit, wait for this fire license approval, and it never comes. And it never comes because I am not connected to so-and-so, or I don't own enough property and, you know, buildings and land and these kind of things. And that's how it's given out. So Jamaicans are like, their hands are tied themselves, the forward-thinking ones. And then, of course, you have other Jamaicans who are saying, nah, no more guns. Find all the guns that are on the island and get rid of those. That's not real. That's not realistic. The amount of guns that are on the island already. You know, what's that gal dash way? Because you go party and a beer gal go there later. So you tell the virgin, say, yo, you're there party later. Yeah, man, I'm there because gal dash way. Gal dash way mean that like somebody just up in a bag and say, rape. Gal everywhere. Same thing for the guns in Jamaica. Guns dash way. Guns are everywhere. Who don't have one, an illegal one is who don't want an illegal one. Right? So why would the FLA be holding up the people? I feel like they disarmed the Jamaican citizens, because I was reading a story about back in sometime before my time, back in the 50s or 60s, something like that. Jamaicans actually had guns. The citizens had guns, and their guns were for farming, hunting, stuff like that. And some great leader disarmed the citizens and then wrote laws into place to make it so that the citizens, it would be harder for the citizens to get guns to protect themselves. If you're gonna tell Jamaican people to be proactive in their own security, then you have to give them the tools to be proactive in their own security. Of course, they've also put into the brains of many Jamaicans that gun in the hands of a black man it equals crime, violence, murder. So all the good Jamaicans, they don't want to hear nothing about no gun. Them no want to see no gun. So they resort to pray about it. God will take care of it, or get all the illegal guns off the streets. Well, those two aren't going to work. They've been praying forever. God seems to not be listening. and there's no slowing down the influx of illegal guns coming into the country. So the citizens are left there like this. Gunman is armed to the teeth. Sometimes even police have to run away from gunmen. And I'm making this case because I see in the comment section of the original story of this boat being washed up in the US and these people being detained, and the Jamaican man that says, "Me, I run from the violence, I'm fleeing the violence. There's is bear killing going on. There is no life in Jamaica right now." He's not from where I'm from, because where me come from is very peaceful. When I go there, the only thing I hear is leaves ruffling in the wind. Some dry banana leaf on the banana tree, them ruffling in the wind. Or you might hear a man down in the bush a whistle some church song or something like that. Nothing going around there, so he's not from there. So I can't hold that against him and be like those hypocrites in the comment section. You could really affect somebody's status, as in the way they're trying to change their life. If he's running away from a volatile community and a bunch of us get on some social media site and constantly leave comments that he's lying, it's not that bad. Nothing no gossip. A green card in my look. You don't. Entities out there pay attention to social media. Okay? They do. That is why if you say something that's too far against the grade, you realize, oh damn, my channel is gone. SouFlo lost his channel yesterday. What happened? Well, you remember that topic that he was talking about? See that? So they pay attention to these. So don't blight your brothers and sisters who are really trying to get away. I'm sure they tried to get a visa before, and y'all know how the visa thing go already. There's people in Jamaica that's been trying to get a visa now for 15, 20 years. They applied. They were never approved. It's not for everybody. Not everybody gets one. That's why sometimes when some people get one and it's like a little work visa or a little quick stay visa, they take the opportunity and go so. See you in 10 years after I work out all this, get my paper straight. Me I go find somebody married, me I go find a good attorney, me I work 2 jobs under the table, pay for my thing, straighten out my thing, but I would prefer do all that than to stay here and be gunned down next. I sympathize with their plight. I sympathize with their plight, genuinely. Again, I remember one time my cousin said, yo, SouFlo, well, him not call me SouFlo, but him said, cuz you come to Jamaica, come enjoy yourself. But here what? You leave. You have a ticket in hand that has a return date to where you're coming from. So you come and you enjoy everything and romanticize everything. See, for those of us who live here every single day, it's a different story. So, and since then, I made sure that I started going back more often because I don't want to be out of touch. All right. 627 murders wasn't faked. This is the numbers that they officially put out. And like I said, there are more that were not on that list. They're dumbing the numbers down and the numbers still look a lot. So imagine if they weren't dumbing the numbers down. They're dumbing the numbers down and it still looks a lot. 627 people murdered in the first 6 months of the year. And we are just hitting halfway point of the 6th month. So all these murders happen roughly in the first 5 months of the year. 627. That's over 100 murders a month. That's over 100 murders. I want you to walk around and say to yourself, over 100 Jamaicans are murdered every 30 days. Just listen to how that sounds. Over 100 Jamaicans are murdered in Jamaica every 30 days. It's 30 days in a month. Over 100 Jamaicans are murdered every 30 days. So when you see the people popping up, them a go on raft, hide in a boat bottom, hell, some of them would be in a suitcase if you could fold them and get past all the stuff to get away. It's self-preservation, man. The people now are dead. I'm not, you know, the 1 and 2 bad man that killed somebody and now trying to escape the island. I'm not talking about them. And I hope they, if they are in the bunch, that they are vetted and caught, right? Because America don't just fling out asylum like that. There are people here who have been under asylum status for years and still have not been granted the green card or the stay. They're still on temporary stay. Why? Because Homeland Security is doing some deep digging. They want to know what part of your country you come from. They want to make sure you're not some gang leader that murdered a bunch of people and now you're hiding over here because they want retaliation. They want to make sure that the country you're coming from does not have you on their wanted list or your name isn't called up in these kind of things. So they will have you on that list for years. You don't just get it just like that. But the fact that you're in a safer place, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Whew. And then you can start to live some life. Like, okay, I could really work 2 jobs. Yo, I feel like more I work 2 jobs enough. Well, there are 2 of them there for you. Matter of fact, they're right next to each other. You don't even have to travel far. The city I live in is like that. A whole heap of stores here, whole heap of businesses here, and they're right next to each other. It's customary here for me to drive to 7-Eleven, pull up, I need some gas, put my gas in, say hi to the attendant. How you doing, girl? Everything good? Yeah, all right. And then later on, go to another place, to the grocery store, and it's the same person at the grocery store packing groceries. And they're earning 2 full-time checks. See? You don't have these kind of opportunities in Jamaica. The opportunity to excel, it's not really there. People are telling people about, well, where there is no opportunity, you create one. Be an entrepreneur. Everybody can be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not cut out to run a business. Everybody's mind ain't that bright. You know some kids who were genuinely good in school, like they came to school, they didn't give no problem, them never bother nobody. They weren't like me who used to roll up a lick or something on my wet them and flick them and then well, like I wasn't doing anything. They weren't that. They were good kids. They paid attention all day. They just could not grasp what was being taught. Not everybody is built the same way. You know what I'm saying? So people have to get it how they can get it. I feel sorry for them because they're my people. And it looks shameful. It looks shameful on us. Oh, we're starting to escape to foreign countries now because things are so bad. And when you reach, the man is in handcuffs being walked out and he's talking to the news reporters. I just found the video and shared it in the chat room. For those of you who are in the chat room, you'll be able to see it. We are refugees. Refugees fleeing the island. And let me close this segment by saying this. It still bugs the hell out of me to see how these foreigners, especially the celebrity foreigners, anything happens here to say Chinese community or whoever else community, they jump out, right? They jump out to support them. They will book a whole vacation to Jamaica, stay in some ritzy fancy place. Even the regular Jamaicans are like, oh, which part of Jamaica this? No, man, this don't even look like Jamaica. Okay, this is the part that I can't afford to go, obviously. And not one of them would take a stance on the Jamaicans' behalf to say anything about. They will fly right in the middle of 627 murders in the last 6 months or 5.5 months. And they will have a grand old time. They'll flick it up, take a lot of pictures, then they'll do a little press release thing and say, oh, Jamaica, I love Jamaica and the people are so good here and they have been great to us. And they'll show Beanie Man Zantine on the beach and singing to them and bonfire blazing. What about the regular Jamaican people, man? Sometimes, and you know, the people need an advocate. They need somebody on a larger scale. And that's why we started doing this. But of course, we're small compared to the people I'm talking about. They pay no attention. Artists flying all the time to go work with Jamaican artists, get a little Jamaican buzz and fly back out. They fly in for big shows. They fly in to just enjoy themselves and leave. And nobody says anything about the murder rate except for us, Jamaicans, who is watching us die. Not to mention how many people are left traumatized back on the island. Right now, every Jamaican either know firsthand somebody that was murdered or knows somebody whose close relative or relative was murdered. That's how our thing's set up. You either know firsthand somebody that was murdered, or you know of someone who is close to you who has either a family member or a friend or somebody close to them that was murdered. We are at about a 2 degree of separation is where we're at. You're either first person with it or 2 degrees. That's the most. So it has hit everybody's doorstep. And I hope Homeland Security in these places monitor channels, even like mine. Let's see what the temperature is. Let's see what these Jamaican vloggers are saying. The ones that make sense. Let's see what, yeah, because some of them don't make no rotted sense. Them just hear vlogging and them think, ooh, holy pa money must in this, and I'm going to vlog and start making the thing like really bad. But hey, get it how you live. But I hope they pay attention and then ask themselves, damn, is what he's saying, is it true? Because if it is, I would be trying to flee if I lived in a place like that. I really hope they do. And I hope that every one of those Jamaicans that washed ashore and were handcuffed and going through the immigration process right now, if they are not criminals in Jamaica, I hope that they get through. I hope that they get through under the asylum. Because if they're from volatile communities, they will have a chance to see real change in their life, which will reflect or which will turn into real change in their person. You know, sometimes you come from a certain place and you have to always be in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? So people see you and they interact with you for a minute and they're like, damn, him so coarse. Why him talk so? Why does he talk like that? Look how he articulate himself. Them people are violent, brother. But it's how you've been forced to be to survive from you were little coming up, man. I heard Jada Kingdom, the singer Jada Kingdom, the big body girl, little waist girl, Jada Kingdom. I heard Jada said something about how she, the things that she has endured from where she come from in Jamaica, multiple rapes and this and that. And she's like, so yes, I'm damaged. I'm pardon my language, I'm fucked up. So when you see me act a certain way, I don't know how to act no other. I shall process out the thing. And she's right. She's right. When you're able to leave that environment and see somewhere else, and you can finally start to breathe, you can finally go out and a year pass and where you're living at, no murder took place. No, not even an argument between neighbors took place. You know, one of them quiet neighborhoods there. That's how my neighborhood is. Quiet as hell. When you're able to start to live like that, and you're coming from a place where murder is like almost every day, 627 murders first 5 months of the year, 6 months of the year, and about 150 of those come from your community, one of those things, you can't help but to be a certain way. It's called survival. All right, so don't judge the people them too roughly without looking at the whole picture. We're not endorsing no idiot that call themselves bad man and a kill off innocent people. Don't get it twisted. That's not what it is. I'm advocating for the good people who are trying their best to survive on earth through this life. We only get one life, you know. You're only dead one time, you know. All right, so make the best of it any which way you can, and that's all they're trying to do. I hope every one of them make it, and I hope every one of them are granted their stay and they're able to make something of their life and look back at this experience years from now as a distant memory. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that said, let's move on to the next one. It's getting lighter. It's getting lighter. We're going to do a couple of minutes on this old Uber in Jamaica thing. All right. SAS says not only the poor or those living in volatile communities are fleeing Jamaica, graduates are running too due to lack of jobs and decent quality of life. Yes, I was just about to move on and start with the Uber thing, but thank you for addressing that. This is Sash. Sash, thank you. All the professionals are leaving. The highly educated and highly skilled people are leaving. This has been going on for a long time, but now this is going on. It's at epidemic proportions. The nurses, doctors, skilled laborers, you can name them. If them have a skill, them leaving, and they're going abroad to make a better life for themselves. And there are countries that are welcoming them because that is what these countries want. They want highly skilled immigrants because them can work if it's cheap, and then you can work your way up the ladder and then look back and say, yeah, I remember when I used to work cheap, but look at me now. But the opportunity is there. You spend up all of mama money, no big scholarship ain't in Jamaica. It's not like in the US, you know, majority of this class of 2021 or the think tank study group, they all got full ride scholarships to university of their choice. You know what it's like to pack your bags, leave your parents home, to live on campus. That's all fully paid for. All your meals are provided. All you have to do is go and study and earn your degree. Those opportunities don't exist in Jamaica like that. So yes, the brain drain. Thank you, Neomac. The brain drain is real and it's been happening, but now because of how the murder rate has spiked, the brain drain it's real. So yeah, everybody leaving. They're clamoring to leave. Even the people who you hear tell you about, move on, go. I'm not going like foreign and everything. Yeah, it's because they applied for their visa a couple of times already, probably, and just, or them apply from 19, how, when, and they're still waiting on that call from embassy, and they're not getting it. So they've resigned to, you know, the fox that cursed the grapes. Fox jumped for the grape a couple of times, he couldn't reach it. Then him start said, not the grape, them probably sour anyway. Them look sour. But he didn't forget that in the last 10 minutes he spent trying to jump to reach them. Too high, just couldn't reach. Yeah? All right. Criminals should not be allowed to mess up the immigration trail. Well, we can't prevent that. It's just going to happen. Criminals are everywhere in all facets of life. I'm at the grocery store the other day shopping, and I know this brother meant good, but I'm not that type of person. So I'm scanning my stuff because they have the self-scan out now, right? So I'm scanning my stuff at Walmart today. Yo, Walmart need to pay me, you know, the amount of time me mention Walmart on SouFLoTV. But I'm scanning my stuff, and brother came, and he just, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? You good? Everything good? And I see you coming here all the time and that. And while he's doing that, he took something that I had, and instead of scanning it, he ran it over the top of the scanner and put it in a bag. And he did it to another item. When he got to the third item, while he was talking to me, I said, whoa, you're not ringing these up because it's not showing on the thing. Him said, yeah, I got the hookup, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to put some money back in your pockets. I said, no, bro, listen. I emptied that bag back out like this. I said, thank you for that. Hear him. I see you got a lot of kids and stuff, so I know you need a break. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, I'm good. I got a lot of kids, but I can take care of them. I took everything back out and re-scanned it. There's cameras everywhere. I'm not doing no stupidness so I could go on somebody's front page for 3 items from Walmart, 3 food items at that. So I go back to the same Walmart. I asked about him. I hadn't seen him in a while. Fired. You just blighted yourself, lost your job. But to job flingway up here, I'm sure he just went right next door and applied and got hired to somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But yes, shout out to my Jamaican people at home and abroad, man. And to those who are going through it, not just we with the big mouth that talk, to those who actually have to live it, we stand with you. All right, people put up on their front page, I stand with France, I stand with, because there is a bombing in France, and I stand with over Yasso and over there, so I stand with Paris, I stand with Jamaica, I stand with the Jamaicans that are having to live through this carnage, have to deal with this, have to be running and ducking because them don't know if they're next. And to how the killing is going in Jamaica, there's huge gang feud going on right now. Don't have to say any gangs' names because it's not important. These gang members are not looking for each other anymore. I murder your mother and make you come look for me. That's the trend now. So they're going after the women in these different communities. Yeah, that's very real. To a point where a lot of these women are packing and leaving their communities to go stay somewhere else. It's happening right now in real time. Anyhow, moving right along, this Uber thing. So Uber launched in Jamaica, right? And the taxi operators are living mad. One said, SouFlo, you have to talk about this. You know, see what I go on. You see how the boy Andrew wicked, you know, so Andrew will get blamed for everything. Beatings. But Andrew, you are in a position, Prime Minister, you should expect that. Not all of the blame falls on your shoulder, and I know that. See? So I don't think Andrew really have nothing to do with this, but they're mad. Here's the thing about Uber. The climate in which Uber is going to operate and how Jamaica is. How many times have we heard? I know the first thing I said when I saw it, I said, oh man, they just killed the local taxi drivers. Just the same way how they started importing food and then making the food so cheap that they started killing out our local farmers. Local farmers had to turn to, boy, we just farm just to sustain ourselves now, you know? So to feed the family and thing. Because one time gone, we used to farm, you know, and carry all this go market, and there was a market for it. People want them cocoa, dasheen, breadfruit, banana, you know, them sugar cane, apple. When apple season come in, we have the rose apple, star apple. People wanted all these things, so it was fruitful to farm. When they started importing, yeah, man, they have 200 head of chicken, that's all them have to go kill out and clean up and go to the grocery store next week. Thank you, D-Mac. D-Mac said, be a king, be a queen. No excuses allowed. That no excuses allowed part, though. So it kind of reminds me of that, how they killed out our local farmers with these cheap imports. And the people aren't loyal because a lot of the people have very little to work on financially already anyways. So you know how we say we have to stretch a dollar? So they naturally go to what's cheaper. It's the same thing that's going on with this Uber thing, is what I thought at first. Like, damn. Man who used to make a good living from taxi have to go shut down now. But Uber, I don't think Uber is going to be operational all over the country because I can't see Uber in rural areas like up in the hills of Clarendon, where I come from. Well, that is what I'm saying now, because I used to think internet and I used to think GPS couldn't reach those places until I watched time change to where now I just fly into Jamaica, pick up my car at the airport, put in where I'm going, and drive right there. All up in the hills, round at the back of one gully, down in a... And the GPS is taking me everywhere there. Sometimes I just drive to weird places in Jamaica just to see if the way up so. Cut round there, so all the road not even met there yet. It's dirt road. And the GPS is directing me, make a left here. I mean, I say make a left here, but this look like Zaki cut this with a machete. And me make the left in there and drive, and it's the road for real. So what we think will never happen is happening, right? The thing about Uber is this. How many times have we heard the stories of she was last seen entering a cab or a taxi and we'll never see her again? Y'all remember that? We have a lot of these stories. Jasmine Dean was last seen entering a taxi. And that was it. The little girl that went to UE that has the eye issues, the vision issues. She's visually impaired and now she disappeared. If she went in an Uber, she would be found today. Even if she was found dead, she would be found today, or someone would be held accountable today. Them find man in possession of this girl's things. These men, the public prosecution is saying that these men, we don't have enough evidence to charge them with her disappearance. You found them in possession of all their things, and they don't want to tell you where they got it from. Hello? But yes, Jasmine Dean, thank you, babe. Babe is on this morning. Her birthday was the 16th, and it's been quite a festive few days. I think Miss Lady had a list of things that she wanted to do, and I basically had no choice but to moving right along. All right. So my collar was yanked, and I had to go along. So big up to Miss Brins. She's in here this morning. Yes, but the way how Uber operates, it could be a safety thing for Jamaica. Because for those of you who don't take Ubers or never did, I have an app on my phone, and I learned this from Wifey. You never in them something yeah. Neither. You know, if I went somewhere and I got drunk and I couldn't drive myself home, I would leave my car there and I would call a cab. Then tomorrow I would have to call the next cab to go pick up my car back from which part after I swab up and these kind of things. I didn't know that I could call an Uber from where I'm at, leave my car at home, be dropped there and picked up in a safe manner. So with Uber, details like these, the person who is driving it, you will know who they are. You can even get a picture of the person that's driving it, so you know how they look. So if somebody shows up and is not who you saw in that picture for Uber, you can say, no, not going in the car, right? You know who's coming before they come. When they get there, matter of fact, before they get there, you can even put instructions in like this: do not speak to me. I know it sounds, God is anti-social and all this. Let's not get emotional. Do not speak to me. Maybe you're a person that has fears of strangers, anxiety issues, whatever. Please do not speak to the passenger. You already put in where you should get picked up at, where you are going. Not only that, Wifey again, I learned this from. I forgot where we were, what state we were in, but she was taking a where were we, babe? We were somewhere where you had to go to the airport and fly out and something. And so and she shared her ride with me. So I'm sitting there and I talk to her, I'm like, yeah, babe, love you, be safe. Go catch your flight. I'm watching her. I am in Florida. I think I was in Florida, and she was probably in Philly. Philly, yes. She's in Philly. I'm in Florida, and I'm watching her car on my screen as the car. And I'm texting because we never seen this technology before. I'm like, you just passed so and so bakery. You just passed so and so church. Is this real? Is really working? She was like, yes, I just passed so and so church, and it says arrive at destination. Boom. And it showed the airport. I had to call. I'm like, babe, you just reached the airport, right? She says, yes. I said, wow. So you see, if Jasmine Dean and others like her had gotten into an Uber, get in the Uber, share your ride. Boom, one click, share your ride with somebody. And they can track you and they can watch that car. If that car goes off course, you can immediately say, but wait, that's not the direction in which she said she was going. This ain't the way to the house. Hello. Yeah, the car is going another way. Hey, mommy, somebody get in car. It can be a life-saving thing. All right. And based on that, Uber is going to be a winner in Jamaica, especially in the more developed areas like tourist area. Taxi man not gonna have no job. Taxi man ain't gonna have no job. They're gonna have to go be Uber drivers. They're going to have to go be Uber drivers because tourists are already used to Uber. Majority of them, especially if they're coming from the US, they're already used to Uber. So to jump in to be in Jamaica and I could Uber everywhere, my app already here on my phone, and I know how it works, and I'm comfortable with it. You even give your Uber driver ratings, and if them get too many low ratings or extremely low ratings, it probably won't be an Uber driver anymore. And people can say, that's a 2-star. I don't want him. I want a 5-star driver, and them kind of thing there. See? In Jamaica, morning flow, Lauren Newman, good morning, good morning, good morning. Are you in Jamaica right now? Yes, the ratings thing, Horizon Straight, the Horizon Strata, the ratings thing, that helps as well. So you know you're with somebody good. When I do Airbnb, like I've told y'all before, I'm gonna stay at resort and them thing there. We did the last time we were there just to see what it was like because we heard of this great location that was way off and so and so, and it was nice. But normally do Airbnb. When you go Airbnb, for those of you who don't know, I'm just putting you on. Make sure you go to okay, babe. Where call upon Airbnb again? Cause you know my brain left me sometime. I mean a thing too straight. On Airbnb, there's a specific thing that you look for, and it will take you to somebody who is vetted, tried, got crazy good reviews. I forgot what it's called. Somebody says you can also send Uber for someone in Jamaica from the States. There you go. Superhost. Thank you, babe. You saved me. So for those of you who travel a lot, right? When you go Airbnb, remember I said SouFlo and Brains said just look for Superhost on Airbnb. It's a process that they are vetted by. And every time we go Superhost. And when we go Superhost, we're never disappointed. To see a highly educated brother, he is an engineer by trade, right? That is he's an engineer with a master's degree. And then he is diversifying his portfolio. And over here, so I do some real estate development and stuff. And he has this house and the house was fully smart. Me not too smart, so the house made me look dumb. I just left everything to my wife, because you're talking and this comes on, and you press this code and that, and all that comes on, and all that. It was a beautiful 2-story house right over there in Portmore. Superhost. Safe. Everything's in place for you. Have a ball and fly back out. Right? So Airbnb, Superhost, Airbnb. Uber, same thing. I think Uber is going to be huge in Jamaica. They're having some discrepancies about it right now. Some people are saying they don't want it there. Others are saying what I was thinking when I first heard it. Why in the hell didn't we think of that? So I saw an article that Wifey sent to me, and I believe there is something like that, but we just not use it. Is it that we're frightened for foreign things? Because apparently there's some red plate app, right, where you can choose the car that come, and then it does the same thing as Uber. I don't know. But we're not interested in our own. So, hey, make it work however it works. All I'm concerned about, the well-being of the people, yes, because if Taximan can't supply, can't take care of his family, then we have a whole another issue. We have more people now who can't take care of themselves and have to go find other ways and means to make an income. So I'm worried about that part. But really, I'm really worried about the safety, especially the safety of women, girls. Taxi driver on a stop driveway and rape off a little girl, drive her, go at some secluded location. We've heard multiple of those so far. And it's happened a couple of times so far this year that has been reported. And the girl don't know who the taxi driver is because she jumped in a car that wasn't a regular car that was on that route and all this other stuff. Would never happen with the Uber. You already know who's coming to pick you up. You could even request, I don't want that person, send somebody else. Right. Taxi people are my friend. No, robot taxi, that's going to be a thing of the past. Such as the robot or unlicensed taxi persons, they're fretting. That's going to be a thing of the past. However, if you drive your car and you know people know you and them know say a robot you run, you could probably still get by. You could probably still skirt by. See, in places where I come from, my neighbors who don't have a car just come up on my gate and say, "Yo, SouFlo. So tomorrow me have to reach our town by 10 o'clock. And me I look a ride, see? So I don't know, I can pay your thing and you get me there by that time." This is how we organize, you know. And then I say, "Yeah, man, I have nothing to go on tomorrow, so make a little money and get to there safely." And it's my neighbor, so we're gonna laugh and talk the whole way. That is considered, it's not considered sharing a ride with a friend. It's actually considered, run robot taxi, because you're charging a fee to take people places, but you're not licensed as a taxi. So that kind of a relationship, I think, will never die, especially in rural areas. I don't have time to sit down and wait for Uber to come from way around a way. But the safety part of it is going to make it something big in Jamaica. Baby in here saying, shout out to all the Gemini queens. Yes, shout out to all the Gemini queens. Multiple personalities. A bit crazy. All them something there. But all right, listen. Yeah, y'all rule, all right. Y'all rule, Queenie, New York. But yeah, I don't know how you feel about this Uber thing in Jamaica. We have the Miss Kitty thing to talk about, you know. We are gonna go a bit extended this morning. This is how the thing gets funny, but then it gets serious. All right, big up to Miss Kitty first. Let me go ahead and say that first. I'm not trying to be offensive or funny or disrespectful. Well, funny a little maybe, but not. I always stay. We take serious thing, make joke. I don't know what I laugh after me too. So we're gonna laugh like a bit, but we're but we're going to talk seriously though. Put things into context. All right. I don't know. Don't judge you, Geminis, boy. Listen, me and Brains in our 6th year together, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the human condition, about compromise, and about reasoning, and about sometimes you just don't get your own way, kind of thing. I've learned all that. So I've resigned to not getting my own way, and making sure she gets her way. And that's right there. Big up, Miss Brains. You know I love you, girl. So here we are now, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty. I don't know why Miss Kitty do this at all. I don't know why Miss Kitty. George, thank you. Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty said, if it's not $80,000 or 80 grand, if it not, that's the minimum for dinner. And if you not spend 80 grand, then it can be no dinner date. That it can be, the one that can be the hand snap on the neck and all these things. So anyhow, boy, I think if you're gonna have a requirement for a date, and the date is gonna be that expensive, cost that much, cause me have 2 green banana around the back. Can boil some banana, piece of saltfish, put them around there, and we can pick 2 ackee off a tree, and we have an ackee and saltfish and some boiled banana. That's all. No 80 grand needed there. But if you have a demand that the date be a minimum of 80 grand, I'm going to spend at least for a dinner date. And then if I'm dating him and he's not marriage potential, he can't eat off a plate. I not feed him on plate. And boy, if he eat off file paper, and boy, if he get served in a paper plate and these kind of things, then you would expect. Hold on there. Let me brighten up the screen, because some of y'all might not have seen it. You would expect it to be better than that. She has standards. She has standards about herself, and I like that. See? But when look how Miss Kitty look. Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, wait now. I'm gonna go through some of these comments because boy, Jamaican people have no chill. On a build differently. Y'all say some stuff, man. On a cool, you know. On a cool. Me no want no Jamaican cuss me or put them mouth on me because boy, them they cut like razor. Now here, babe, when I showed her this, me show wife this and she said, oh, she cut off all her hair. Me said no, she she didn't cut off all her hair. She, you know, when the braid down in her hair when you not go wear the wig. So the braid down first and then put the wig on it. And these things I've learned. Okay, so let's say, look what one more time, please. 80 grand minimum for dinner, okay? And boy, I forget feet, my file paper or paper plate. And so me see a brother say, 80 grand with this. Biscuity face, her face in the end actually looked like she saw the first comment because she came on with good intentions.
Hi guys, good morning.
Watch when she said, hi guys, good morning, then saw the first comment. Watch.
Hi guys, good morning. Hi guys, good morning.
What? The first comment, man. She said, hi guys, good morning.
Hi guys, good morning.
Somebody must have said, no, Miss Kitty, it's not a good morning, you don't stay good. Let me take off my glasses. You don't stay good. You don't. It's not a good morning. Hear this stuff? It says the natural beauty of the amazing Miss Kitty. Hi guys, good morning. And the first comment says, her features them strongy. When you hear Jamaican say her features them strongy, you already know. But you might think that if you're an outsider, you might not think that them that try to say something good to you. Them not try to say nothing good to you here. And so them style people all the time neatly. Jamaicans will style you neatly and you will be there laughing at yourself, thinking you just got a compliment. Our features them strongy. Yeah, man. So this, and I'm a brethren, you know. Bolito say our features them strongy. Somebody else says, Shani Lou says, why she look like the gay banker on Sisters on BET? Jesus Christ. Cheryl says, I thought that was a man at first. 876 Mitch, your mother. 876 Mitch says, Jamaican Shrek TPC. Cock on the ears if you don't want to hear bad word. TPC is to Pussy Clark. The man say a Jamaican Shrek is to Pussy Clark. Look.
Hi guys, good morning. Hi guys, good morning.
You know what? Hey, Miss Kitty is alright because them laugh after me all the time too. So somebody says she favor Princess Fiona from Shrek. DJ Mad Vibes says no do it. That's too much honesty so early in the morning. But hi guys, good morning. Why you do it, Miss Kitty? Why you do it? She favor goat. Oh man. Stepper driver says, so that never carry out one date for 80 grand. Move from there. Go ahead. Yo, listen up, man. Listen up. May I get through the laughing part first because this is going to get serious. I want to talk about something seriously serious. It's going to take a different dive. So laugh while you can. All right. Watch nose is what the next one said. This is where it started to get kind of weird for me. Watch nose. All right. Somebody said she pretty. One person said she pretty same way. The next person said most of y'all saying all this SHIT, but I can bet to Ross that y'all look just alike when all that cover up makeup and all the wig come off and all that stuff. So don't be that way. All right. No fun to look like Miss Kitty. Take off the wig, take off the eyelash, extended eyelashes, take off the makeup, foundation, base, and all these things. Take out the contact lenses, take out the weave, and you look just like how Miss Kitty was just honest enough to come on. Somehow save that look for your husband. Somehow save that look for your husband. I'm telling you something. You see, we're not signing up for this. All right. So when you save this look for your husband, but a doll up for the rest of the world. I understand you want to be in a place where you can be you all the time, but sometimes when I come out too strong. We're not really ready for this. All right. We need some dolling up for us too. Me a fling word this morning. It's all right. I like my wife the way she is. Okay. I prefer my wife actually to take off all that stuff. Me like when time she natural because me's a man will like grab here and them something there. So me know and grab your wig and you talk about no, babe. You know when you grab the weave and she hold on back on the base part of the weave, I try to hold it back to her head and she's like, no, you can't do that, It's not sewn in. And you're like, what the? It's not sewn in. No one pull here. Yeah. So I like my wife like that. The part about this though with Miss Kitty that I don't like in the comment section is where they start talking about her features. She favor Shrek. You know, it would take serious thing make jokes, so I had to laugh first. And when time some people say something, you just have to laugh. Not true? But it's deep. It's deep. She favor Shrek. Somebody said, no, man. That head there. Somebody said, put on back the wig, please. So, like, they're roasting her because she decided to be honest. She says, no makeup, no nothing. This is me naturally as God created me. Hi, guys. Good morning. And then the roasting starts. She never come for that. This is not what she signed up for. She didn't expect all that. She thought her fan base was going to roll out and say, yes, good day. You come out clean, natural, beautiful queen. And instead, she got bombarded with all kind of disrespect. But here what? Since I'm a person of sense, or I consider myself to be, there's a book out there called Marcus Garvey Message to My People, and I want you to read that book. See? There was a time gone by when that book was like almost illegal to read, Taratin, and they used to like, you'd have to go search for it. Dainty D says, stop putting her in our face. We see it. Look upon her. She is beautiful. Just the same. Here's the problem. We all have our unique looks. Not true? Some people look upon me and when them call me, oh, the boy is so flow and say him look like a lizard. I said, hell, God created lizards. So if I look like a fucking gecko, then hey, I'm looking like one of God's creation. Humans look like animals, animals look like humans, resemblance. Me no business about all that. See, my woman don't have no problem with it, so it don't bother me. And it has never been a problem to me throughout my life, so I'm not bothered by it. But that's how we stay. With us, you know, we got the most derogatory terms on each other. We make joke and we laugh and everything. And then when we see them, we say, manners and respect, same way. That's true. That's how we do. That's how we do. Miss Kitty, on the other hand, though, they're talking about her lips. And I'm putting her in your face. Me not put her in your face to hurt you. Me I put her in your face so you can look at her features, man, because that's what I'm about to talk about. Do you see how thick her lips are? Do you see how broad her nose is? See? All right. Marcus Garvey said, when you start to look at your people and try to find European beauty in your people, that's when you know you're in problem. When you can look at others and call them beautiful, oh, those are beautiful features. She has straight nose. Her nose is thin and it's straight. She got a beautiful nose. She got a beautiful face. The thinner her lips are, oh, those lips are sexy. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Our eye them sinking in our head, oh, she's beautiful. And then you look at your own people and all these African or Afrocentric features, and you're like, God almighty, she ugly. Ooh, hey, Miss Kitty, go back in. Oh, you come out so strong. And all these things. It's psychosis. You're literally living in madness. And I thought that was deep. Think about this. The people who oppressed your people and you for hundreds of years is who you find beauty in. They are the epitome of your standard of beauty and what's beautiful. It's the same way how a lot of these men have They come from a woman that's as dark as this. And then as soon as they get a little fame and notoriety, I don't want no dark skinned girls. I don't want no dark skinned girls. Give me a mixed girl. Hell, give me a white girl. I don't want no dark skinned girls. I can't rock with the dark. And you ask why. And they're like, I don't know, it's just my preference. No, it's self-hate. It's self-hate. You hate the nose, you hate the lips, you hate the features. But your mama looked the same way though. You know what I'm saying? Your mom looked the same way. It is psychosis. You literally sit there and look at your so-called oppressors and you're like, oh gosh, they're beautiful. Look at their lips. Look, I like their hair. Them have good hair. Yep. Them have good hair. The hair stringy, I look like so that them have good hair. Your strong, beautiful hair that stands up. See? It's like antennas in the universe that receive signals. And you flat it down. And you say, I want to look like them. And then you bleach and rub and bleach till you peel and your skin tear. I want to look like them. That's psychosis. That's madness. You are literally insane. You know what's that? We have clean clothes, mad people walking around. It's true. It's true. Not mad people can't look in the mirror and say to themselves, you know something mad out? Look in that mirror and say, why, SouFlo, you're mad now. Yeah, you used to be sane, but you're mad now. They don't do that. Just like how somebody who you think is ugly, you expect them to look in the mirror and say, oh, geez, my ugly man. They don't. They find beauty in their own features, right? Madman find comfort in his madness. It is now his reality and all he knows. So it's the same rotted way how we're in madness, accepting it madness, and acting like it's okay. So when a queen come out in our natural state now, we go on like we're frightened. Oh, don't put her in our face too much. Jesus Christ. Oh, she come out so strong. Yo, look at her features them. Blow skirt, watch her nose. Watch her lip them. Watch her. Wow. So for that one, me laugh. I have fun with it. But Miss Kitty just know say I laugh where I laugh and have fun because they make fun of the whole of it. All right. But at the end of the day, I wanted to segue into something more conscious before we end this video this morning to tell my people this, that you're beautiful. For those of you who have striking Afrocentric features, you are beautiful. All right. Nobody make you feel like your nose too big, so you're ugly. Your lip them too thick, so you're ugly. Y'all be on social media too much, judging yourself by other people's standards too much. People who don't even know you or care about you, and you judging yourself to their standards, and a flying comment from somebody who you don't know, and you want to rearrange your whole face. Damn, that girl, Mr. Girl put up video on social media. Oh, her chest so flat. One comment. Next thing you know, she's over there getting a breast implant. Girl, you ain't got no ass. Stop twerking. I don't know what you're trying to do. You're moving your back. She's getting a butt implant next. Like, the world is crazy. Damn, you got a big ass nose. Now y'all get a nose reduction. Y'all cut up your face by a surgeon. Damn, she got some big ass lips. Now you're getting a lip reduction. Stop. Stop. You're beautiful just the way you are. And for my people who are either really dark skinned, because really dark skinned black people do get a harder time in our society. A lot of the times, mainly from our black community itself. Lord in blackie. That's Christ in black like SSP, the ugly. Blacker, ugly like Jesus Christ. I've seen mothers tell their daughters, you better not bring one of them to come in there, you know? Make sure so when you get ready for date, you see, make sure it says a nice brown skin boy. Come in, I want no ugly black tar baby I run up and down around here. With them nappy head and them something there. Make sure you get one of them youth that were like half Indian or something so you can get baby with good hair. And if you breed for a white man, it's okay. And these kind of things. Wow. But just have to say wow. Because the level of insanity that is involved in this, and we don't even see it. So we're gone totally crazy. Totally crazy. Who made you hate yourself so much that you would look at your mom, right? The woman that, especially if you had a good mother, kind of everybody get good mother. Some of them mother you did for that way. But for those of you who get some good mother, what made you grow up to say, I don't want a woman that looks nothing like that. Her skin too dark. Her nose too big. Her damn lips are too... Nah, and mama hair nappy as hell. Hell no. I want one of them mixed girls, really light skinned. What made you get to that? And the whole journey didn't even realize how deep in madness and psychosis you have sunk. Mad enough. Literally mad. Yeah, man, so Marcus Garvey called this a state of psychosis. When you are able to see beauty in others and other races, but not able to see beauty in yourself. And then you start looking for beauty in your own people and judging their beauty by European standards of beauty, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're literally looking among... You have not black people like that, you know. They'll tell you this. White people don't do nothing for me. I've never dated one. I don't want to be with one ever. But they're in the black community looking for only black people to date who look like they might be mixed with white. You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same. You might as well go ahead and just be like the one who come out and say it straight out. Wide asleep. DJ Crazy. Wide asleep. Or sleepwalking. Sleepwalking through life. So the level of hate is real. The level of hate is deep. That's why one time I see the youth and I bleach out them skin and all this. I don't even say much no more. I'm like, man, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. All news that now, by the way, anyways, just go ahead and do it if that's you want to do. If that makes you happy, go ahead and be happy. Because I understand what the importance of happiness is in life. But I know where it comes from. When you're in a society for so long where everybody, including your mother, tell you how ugly you are because you're dark skinned, or you say your nose big like your bell pepper, favor your daddy nose, you have to ask yourself, say, then mommy lay down with daddy or them stand up and do it, whichever way them do it. But you breed for the man. And you have me have him nose. So when you cuss me and tell me I'm ugly, bell pepper nose, favor me daddy nose. That's what I'm called Andrew Holness, you know, bell pepper nose. Miss Kitty and Andrew look like them have the same nose. Go look again. Pepper grain head. Yeah. Them say shave off the whole light, man. And you used to see them little boy in my barber shop like, no. I saw Kai stay. Kai's like, no. But I don't want my hair cut off. No. Move your no tie waves. Shave it bald like my forehead. And you got older and realized they weren't shaving your head like that just to keep you neat looking. They were shaving your head like that so nobody wouldn't call you pepper grain head and nobody couldn't really see the real texture of your hair. That's it. Damalie McLean says, I grew up hearing that, and I was not as pretty as my sister because I was darker from relatives. Yes. Or you get this one. I've been in areas where I've heard people turn and say this to black women already. Man, you real pretty for a black girl. Or you real pretty for a dark-skinned girl. And I'm like, all right, me know that she not Jamaican because if she was, the comeback would have been like, blah, but she not. So me want to say, how she gonna come back now with this? I feel uncomfortable in my spirit. The person who say it sometimes is a person of color as well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you real pretty for a black girl can't pretty? What, black people can't look good? I didn't know that your skin had to be a certain shade for you to be considered beautiful or handsome or good looking, or so much emphasis is placed on the skin color and the features. And so much work has gone into making the people who are of a darker hue and more what we call Afrocentric features, even though to me, we all have Afrocentric features because that is how the continent of Africa is. Different tribes, different looks, okay? Some people have straight nose, some people have a broad nose, a flat nose, some people have curly hair, some people have tightly coiled hair, what we call kinky hair or pepper seed. Some people have, you know what I'm saying? We have different things. Them carry different eye shades, different shades of black. But over here, so in the Western world, we just slam something upon it. And the sad thing is, in Africa, they do the same damn thing. I would think, yo, I'm tired of Western world, man, I move go to Africa. But no, I've done my research. They do the same damn thing. Okay? Light skin is worshipped, which means closer to white is seen as being better. That's why you see the African woman them are bleach like crazy. Nobody no bleach like them. You know, you think Jamaicans bleach? Them women are bleach, and hide their looks. They're masters at makeup, disguise. Me call it a disguise because I see a woman get ready for her wedding or for some kind of ceremony. I believe it was a wedding. I don't know. Some kind of ceremony she was getting ready for. They showed the before and the after. And I literally had to put the two of them side by side and try to figure out, like, wow, like how did they get to, like, her nose looks straight. Like, they're really good at makeup. To take the time to even do makeup that good, to turn your broad nose into looking like a skinny straight nose, and it actually work. No, man, that is artistry. But I've seen it, and they work it, and by the time they're done, them look like a whole totally different person, and they spend most days looking like that because they don't want to look at what they really look like how Miss Kitty come out like that. Enough of them don't want to look on themselves like that. When they see themselves like that, they don't go to the mirror no more until after them down up and fix up. See? So, again, I'm not following the looks up. I have to laugh. I have to laugh about the part because, you know, it's not everything she said you agree with. Like the part about paper plate, feed man off a paper plate and out of foil paper. And I said to my wife, I said, okay, so you're giving him your vajayjay, but you don't think he's worthy to be fed on a plate, so you feed him out a paper plate and foil paper. So your vajayjay worth less than foil paper and paper plate. Or your vajayjay worth about the same as foil paper and paper plate. That they tell me. So I didn't understand that concept when Miss Kitty was saying all that. But in essence, what she was actually saying was, you can't do everything to every man and for every man that you, if you're out there in the dating pool, save some stuff for husband. Yeah, because when husband come, husband don't want everything with done out and stretch out and him put your yasso and he must say, boy, that look very tampered with. And you talk about, no, I've never done that before. Or I don't do that. But every man where you go through all the way up till you find husband, them flip you that way, yeah, them do this, them full up that hole, them do that. She's saying save some things for. So if I'm out here in the world and I'm dating, right? Me not even, and I remember her saying this particular part, I don't even give man certain position if we are gonna say. Me not gonna lay down and it's gonna be the missionary. Yeah. I get my rocks off, I'm a grown woman, I'm independent, I can, you know, go consent to some sex by a brother and thing, and but she not fling it up and back as you so and let go over there so and ray and skin out everything because she has saved that for husband material. When husband come, is a different story. And I thought about that. Enough woman beat her for it. So when they saw her come out with her natural look, it was like a payback, right? So she made sense. She made sense. She made sense. Whether Talanine Life says that make no sense, what make no sense? Lomo, how to like from my phone? I can see the buttons. Okay, y'all working something out. But listen, yeah, it makes sense to me. So we're going off of Miss Kitty looks because the style Miss Kitty away to the things that she talked about. And I said before that some things I don't agree with because I really don't think that if you already are getting man some nookie, you might as well feed him on a real plate. He might become husband. He might stay around long enough. You know, she feed him on a decent plate. She take time to put my meals together and whatever. You know, says a woman like this more married, keeping in my life. But if you're there already judging and saying, I'm not think he might be husband material because whatever, he's a 2-minute brother. Him handsome, you know, and he might work with something to him, but every time him go there, him wine 2 times and it done. I not think I can deal with that. So here what, paper plate for him. File paper for him. You feed the man like dog. So you decided you don't want him. Yeah, keep him around for a little jokey jammy every now and then. Even though you're not to enjoy it, but you know, if somebody when they can call, he'll come when I call. But a paper plate, he'll come eat out and file paper. Don't give everything to every man. Plain and simple. That's what she was saying. And she is right. She is right. Same thing for man. I would say that to my brothers too. You can't do everything for every woman where you ever there with our date if you're out there in the dating pool. And let everybody get wife treatment. Wife treatment is very different from girlfriend treatment, side chick treatment, girl when me a hide and go rooks treatment. You don't get wife treatment. Right? Men exhaust, some man exhaust all them resources. And then they want to kill a woman. Kawa. You treat the woman like it's a life partner, right? You know, sister, the woman come forget what she come forget and leave. And then before you know it, she a cut, she ready for cut, you ready for kill. She pack a bag, say she'll leave, you pick up machine, say you chop. You know what I'm saying? That's because you exhausted all your stuff on somebody that wasn't wife. And not everybody get wife treatment. There are certain things where we do as grown people, because we're grown people, we can talk. Certain things that we do as grown people, and not everybody forget them things they papa. Some man can't even say yet. Say, yeah, had a good time last night and left something there. And I just if you dive in her. So Miss Kitty is right. She has a point. And as far as her look goes, for me, I remember one time in my life where I was specifically looking for, she had to be dark. She had to have thick lips. She had to have a big nose. I wanted her as Afrocentric as possible. You know, that time when I go through my Rasta thing, that time I'm strong in the thing, you know. Here, long and everything, you know. Holy Emmanuel like King Selassie, Jah! As some used to walk around, you know. I'll be I say, oh, my African queen, you see me? And she have it. My mom is red. All right, if you see how you can find a picture of my mother. My mother is a red woman, like eye color red. I didn't have a problem looking for a dark-skinned woman. After I start read up the Marcus Garvey book there, I say, yeah, melanin. Oh, that's what melanin is. Blue skirt, power, strength, protection, all this. I said, one of them that can want some offsprings that carry this kind of gene. See? But then the relationship did turn in a crosses, and you know, so life go, it didn't work out. Then they go try the white girl thing, and that never worked out neither. But some we just I'm floating. I'm floating. Me love who love me. Put it that way. I think I love me right me cut. So I go. Life is short. But anyhow, yeah, for those of you who out here, man, talking about oh shit ugly and all that, and you're judging black people by European standards, don't do it. Stop it. We're not the same people. Nothing about us is the same. Their comb is not made for our hair. So when in the day I comb out on the hair, I see your natural hair. And I talk about jam the white man combing there, but and you telling the kids that from the small man, I draw out our hair body. Me used to see my little sister them used to dread getting their hair done. Until me here. All right, so this weekend we have a perm all of the girls them here to make it more manageable. First time I heard that I was about 7. I was about 7, and my sister is 1 year younger than me, so she was about 6. And she catch a perm. Yeah. Perm a 6-year-old here. Yeah. May I say baby in a lace front now. Them literally put all a lace front on the baby to take pictures because them shame said the baby born with a certain grade of hair. A madness. That is total and utter madness. That is as mad as this right here, so. Shall I go call and get my thing taken down? One big up to Amar, same way. Listen up, people. Love yourself, man. Love yourself. We're not Europeans. Big up to them. We have no hate against anybody. We are about the human community. But I want black people to understand that our standard of beauty should never be defined by European standards. So if you look for a black man, and you say a black man you want, nobody look for the black man and talk about, yeah, but him not have a white nose. So you want a black man, you want mixed parts. And that you want mixed parts, you know what? You want mixed parts, you want leg and thigh with wings. You don't want just the chicken back. You want leg and thigh with wings. You want mixed parts. All right. We're beautiful. Tell yourself that. Look yourself in the mirror today. If you do anything else today, all right, now get ready for the end of the video, but I could take in Amara one more time. Me do it at the end of the video. So if Amara complain and say he has my content in his video and my song is licensed and registered and it has copyright infringement stuff on it, we can just go back and edit and chop off the end without having to worry about losing my whole video. Because we talk too much sense in this video, we're going to lose the video. Kill it before it spreads. What she said? I'm not somebody here, but a good people. Go on, Amari. Do your thing. Go through life. Me not there to hold you back or so nothing. I'm out, people. It's the freaking weekend, baby. Have a wonderful weekend. Try to keep it laughing. Remember, you are beautiful. Look yourself in the mirror today, whether tonight or at work. Go take a little break. Go in the bathroom real quick. Look for yourself. All right? Looking at the mirror. Like me. My confidence high. Nobody can tell me nothing about me. You do the same thing. Look in the mirror. Smile. Teeth out of place and all. Me love myself. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am all that. You need to go tell yourself the same thing so that you are not judging yourself by other people's standards. That shit weighs heavy on you after a while. All right? Don't get caught up in the hype. We living in real time. All right? Big up on herself. I'm big up Amara too. Same way. She might have started something new. We are laugh now. But just like how Tommy Lee have gothic dancehall, Amari might have opera dancehall. Think about it. I'm out. Peace. Oi, Amari said,